Hello and welcome to this week's edition of Sidelines. I'm Jimmy Johnson. We have a new all-time leading goal scorer in women's lacrosse as Lehigh's Lauren Dykstra scored 4 goals on Saturday against Virginia Tech to take over the top spot. With 2 more goals on Tuesday against number 15 Penn State, Dykstra now has 245 goals, which ranks 10th in NCAA history. I met up with her after Saturday's game to talk about the record. Here's the story. It wasn't pretty, but it got the job done. With this scrappy bouncing goal, Lehigh senior Lauren Dykstra became the Patriot League's all-time scorer with 243 goals. And for her, number 243 was a complete surprise because she was knocked to the ground as she shot the ball toward the net.
I was focusing on the pain and I had no idea it went in, and then someone came up to me and was like, "Oh, LD, you just broke the record." And I was like, "What are you talking about?" Like, I was so, in a fog, but yeah, I mean, I was more confused than anything, but then afterwards I was like, "Oh my God," and it was great.
The day started out great for Dykstra as she scored twice in the first half, leaving her 1 away from tying the record. She did that midway through the second half, scoring on a free position shot. Less than 4 minutes later, the record was hers.
I mean, it's an honor. It's an absolute honor. You know, it goes to show hard work really pays off in the end. I mean, freshman year, I didn't think running up the mountains or the extra hours of shooting that this would be the end result. And you know, it's an awesome feeling. But I definitely have my coach to thank for that. You know, she puts in the hours of shooting with me. I'm never shooting alone. She's with me all the time, and she's taught me a lot, and I appreciate everything she's done for me. But all in all, it is an honor. So,
I think Lauren, in breaking this record and now establishing herself as the all-time goal scorer in the Patriot League, I think her legacy is not this number, but more the legacy she leaves behind is how many balls she shot in practice in order for it to happen. And I think that's the type of player that she's been for us and for the league. And I mean, she shoots the ball thousands and thousands of times, and I think it's a lesson to anyone who wants to be good at a specific thing, is that you need to put the time in.
She also puts the time in on the other side of the field, as she's not only an offensive leader, but she's a stalwart on defense. Even though she scored 54 goals last season, she earned the title of Defensive Player of the Year for her 47 ground balls and 16 caused turnovers. It's why she loves playing in the midfield, because she can contribute on both sides.
I mean, I don't know, I'm a midfielder, so I get the fun of playing both sides, which is great. It's awesome because if you're having a bad day, shooting-wise, I can take out my anger on defense and get, you know, to cause turnovers, and that's a great thing about my position. But, I mean, I don't know what I like better. You know, they say defense wins championships, so I guess I like defense better.
She's just a tremendous player, and you know, she has done whatever we've asked of her and played whatever role that we've asked of her. And you know, to all the people that have played with her in the muddle, in the goal cage, that have helped make it happen for her, I think, you know, hats off to them, because it's a really nice reflection on our program and the players that she has played with, in that they've supported her. And I also think it's an outstanding accomplishment that someone can come to the Patriot League and be one of the best players in the nation.
Moving to another Patriot League standout in lacrosse, but this time on the men's side, is Bucknell's Ryan Klipstein. Not only has he been good on the field, but he's been great off the field. Here's Doug Birdsong with the story.
Today, we're in the herd with men's lacrosse. One person who will be counted on to lead the Bison is senior co-captain Ryan Klipstein. He says he has grown so much on the field, but especially off of it in his 4 years at Bucknell.
The actual lacrosse has been great, but the way I see it, this has been a vehicle for me and all the other guys growing as men and as people, and the struggles we have out on the field is just kind of preparing us for what we're going to do afterwards.
Besides his great offensive play and leadership, Kleppstein and fellow senior John Collette are known for starting the Bison Never Forgets program, where they spearhead donations which go towards former Army and Navy men's lacrosse players currently serving in the military.
John came to me with the idea, and it was really about, you know, this is a sport that we're all in it together, that there's things outside of what we do on the field that are important, and that we need to take care of each other, that we have a Bucknell community, but we also have a lacrosse community.
Coach Federica has said that Klipstein knows the Bison offense better than anyone else except for offensive coach Judd Lattimore.
I work closely with Coach Lattimore. He passes it down to me. He teaches me these things, so I try to pick up where I can, but I enjoy doing it. I enjoy watching film. I enjoy being a student of the game. So you know, I have to give credit to Coach Lattimore and Coach Connor out here. They do a great job.
In softball, Army has been led by a young freshman in Hailey Pipes, who can do it all in the circle and at the plate. Army's Rick Johnston met up with the freshman for this feature story.
Rick Johnston at the Army softball complex with freshman pitcher Haley Pipes, who had an outstanding weekend against Holy Cross at the plate. Tell me about your play against the Crusaders. Really hit the ball pretty well.
You know, I was just trying to do my best, get a base hit, do what I need to do for the team, and it just happened to go out. It felt great, so.
2 home runs, one in the first game on Saturday, then the walk-off in the first game on Sunday. Which one had a better feeling to it?
I think the walk-off definitely felt good. I mean, the fact that it's a walk-off, and I hit it off a change-up, and that's first for me, so that felt pretty good.
Tell me about your season here so far. You bat .400, had 4 home runs over the weekend, and in the process, throughout the entire week, you tied the single-season mark for home runs. And just as a freshman, the adjustment process had to be a lot. But tell me about how you're swinging the bat here as of late.
I mean, a lot of it, I'm just trying to do my job at the plate, and things are just happening. And, I mean, it feels really good.
Also mentioned you're a pitcher here for the Black Knights. What kind of changes have you made to your game and improvements maybe from the high school game here to college, you know, going against college-level hitters?
Well, I have to throw a lot more movement. Off speed is really important. I didn't have to throw as much off speed in high school, and now the hitters and the level of hitting increasing. I really have to use a lot of my different pitches.
When do you think it finally clicked for you? Was it the first couple games? Was it after the spring break trip in Florida? When did, you know, it kind of click and you became comfortable here pitching and hitting in college?
I mean, I think it's still clicking. I just think it's always a work in progress that I keep adjusting and getting more adjusted.
How much have you relied on your teammates who, you know, have been there and done that before, and they know they've gone through the same struggles that you have?
I've definitely relied on my teammates. I mean, just the advice, you know, pitching-wise from our upperclassman pitcher and hitting-wise at the plate. They're always there, you know, when telling me not to get down on myself if something happens. And, I mean, I think I couldn't have made the adjustments I did without them.
Then lastly, 2 weekends in Patriot League play. Where are you at right now? How do you feel health-wise?
I mean, I feel great. I'm ready to go out there and keep playing.
All right, Black Knights at home on Wednesday against Iona. How excited you are to get back here to the softball complex?
I'm always excited to get back in the softball complex. So, should be a good game.
All right, Haley, thank you so much. Good luck on Wednesday and best of luck in the Patriot League play the rest of the way.
All right, thank you very much.
All right, that's Haley Pipes, freshman pitcher from the Army softball team. Black Knights here at the softball complex Wednesday afternoon for a doubleheader. For ITT Night Vision, I'm Rick Johnston.
Thank you, Rick, and thank you for joining us here on Sidelines. Be sure to log on to PatriotLeague.com to follow all the spring championships. We start this weekend with the men's tennis tournament, where Army enters as the #1 seed and will look to end Navy's 4-year run as the Patriot League champion. You can keep up to date with all the news and notes around the league on Facebook and Twitter. Have a great week.